again. Right, so that looks like it's recording. All right, so I'm going to start at, well, roughly the beginning, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how to grip the saber. So there are two grips that you can do with in late 19th century British saber, a light grip and a heavy grip. So the light grip is for a lighter weapon like the one I have here, which is similar to an infantry officer's saber or a long cutlass. And all I do for that is I place my thumb along the back of the handle like this. I take my first finger and pinch it, pinch from the bottom so that I'm pinching on both sides, on both the top and the bottom of the handle. Then I use the pad of my hand, this little bit here, to push it into my palm. I do the same thing with the second finger, and I've formed what is basically the light grip, or sabery grip. This gets referred to as like a saber grip when people are fencing with absolutely any, or fighting with like any other kind of weapon. You'll see a lot of like knife fighters refer to this as a saber grip. But when you're actually gripping a saber, any grip you use is a saber grip. So what are a little bit just to make it comfortable? You notice I started off my grip slightly differently, and then I just adjusted to hold this a little bit more stably. The other grip is the heavy grip. So this is for heavier sabers, like say a cavalry saber, or a lead cutter, which is a type of saber designed for cutting bars of lead for trick cuts, or even like a stick. So when I'm using this, I use a heavier saber grip most of the time. And all you do for that is you run the handle, the back of the handle along the palm of your hand here. You then take your thumb and you push along the side of the handle to press the handle into the into the other side of your hand. And you take your first finger, your pointy finger, this one, and you use that to use that to press. And and also sort of lock in, so that you've got a point of contact on each side of the hand, each of the four sides of the handle. You stabilize again with the second finger. So the rude finger is it does basically the same job as the first finger, and then the bottom two fingers just sit on the bottom and they're quite relaxed. So you should be able to balance this all like this, and have all of the grip you need with just the top fingers. The role of the bottom fingers is when you're about to attack, you tense the bottom fingers. That's usually the first part of an attack, and that helps kind of fire your sword forward. So you've got the light grip like that, and you've got the heavy grip like that. Which one you use is really up to you, whichever feels the most comfortable. Just because there's not like one set true pure form of saber fencing. There's it's sort of, there's kind of a range of things to sort of fit most preferences, and so which grip you use depends on one, what weapon you're using, but two, what your preferences are. So before I move on, does anyone have any questions? I think I vowed to always tell a story or like a historical fact whilst people were typing the questions in the chat. So one of the reasons why I'm a bit more approximate about the grips, like I don't want to say that you have to have your finger in exactly this place and this place, is doing a lesson in Italian foil. I was trying to grip the foil, and I have very, very long fingers. So no matter what I did, my part of my fingers would always stick out from behind the guard. Which is not how how you're meant to grip the foil. Like the whole thing's meant to be hidden underneath, or your hand's meant to be hidden behind the guard. And the instructor came over and was trying to adjust me, and he ended up squishing my fingers. And I was like, no, my fingers don't bend that way. You can't squish them smaller than they are. But he had this kind of very, very exact idea of what a guard should be. And everything should be very precise and very, very rigid idea of what good technique was, which didn't work for me because I had a very, very different body shape to most people, because I'm a lot taller than most people. So I think it's just one of those things I learned, is that you kind of have to remember that everything's a little bit approximate. All right, does anyone have any questions? I'm guessing it's a sign of no, so we are going to move on.